Shall we start? Yeah. For me, as a banker, I really have to know the definition of a social enterprise so that we'll be able to attune our class and programs on how a banking institutions can provide the necessary finding requirements of a social enterprise.
Well, I don't have the view of a banker, of course. I have the view of an NGO working on sustainable development, working on trying to improve the well-being of people in the world and also the planet itself. But I think that as a logic from a banker, social enterprise is to have some profits, financial profits, so they can give back the money to you that they had received as a credit. But as you see, from my point of view, the definition of a social enterprise would be that it is part of a global movement with the main objective to change our economy. I think that our global economy have proved already that it doesn't function and that it's not in favor of people in the world, or most people in the world, the majority of the people in the world, especially in the third world, in the developing countries. And also it's not very in favor of our planet, our environment. We see that the gap between rich and poor is growing and growing, and we see also degradation of our environment. So I think that our economy has to be changed. And I see a social enterprise as one of the instruments of changing this economy, together with organizations like us who are more advocacy work, changing the structures of WTO and things.
So you want it to be a wider participation rather than the global economy is only being participated by you, by the government, in the big private sector. So you want to empower the people?
I think I want to empower the people, and social enterprise is only an instrument. It's not a goal. It's an instrument for changing our global economy, which has to be more in favor of people and governments.
There is no conflict if you try to look at the banking policy, because for a bank, an enterprise should be economically viable, that it can pay for itself.
Yeah, but as we look at our companies in those days, well, most of the companies, of course there are exceptions, but most of the companies are only working for profit.
But
it's on the back of a lot of people, and it's also on the back of our environment. So that's what I try to say. I think that it's really important that we put nature and people more in the center of our economy, and not economy in the center of all the rest. I think economy is also only an instrument of providing goods and services and everything. But as we see it now, I think it's becoming the most important thing. Society is now a function of our economy. People have to work day and night because GDP has to grow every year.
That's right.
That's the main goal of a lot of governments in the north and in the south. And I think that the main goal of a government has to be to increase the well-being of their people, and not only the increase of the GDP.
So, getting from your idea, I believe that a social enterprise, correct me if I'm wrong, is an economic activity which will be viable, which also be market-driven, with wider participation of the members of community,
Yes.
with due consideration in environment compliance, with a feature of democratization of everyday life.
Yes, and also in a global
In a global scenario.
In a global scenario, that for me would be a social enterprise.
In that particular case, I think a bank can develop a product that will address the needs of a social enterprise.
Yeah. I think it's also very necessary that you have, as I said before, ethical banking. So that you have money, banks, money that invests in social and environmental projects or enterprises, or not necessarily social enterprises, but also enterprises, but maybe also with a gain of profit, like solar energy, windmills, that kind of things. Ethical banking would only invest in sustainable products and not in unsustainable products. I don't think that you can.
We can afford to continuously subsidize if a project that will be funded will not people churn, because a bank usually look at how it will be able to recover its investment in any project that will be.
But there's nothing against
funded.
profits. I'm not against profit. I think profits is okay, but if it's a profit that is also profit for people.
For people at least.
So instead of investing in weapons or something, which a lot of banks are doing as well, you can invest in windmills, solar energy, or social projects or social enterprises.
Relevant to protecting the environment
and people.
and people.